Hi, my name is Danielle Demchak, and I'm here today to talk about a topic that we've been getting a lot of questions about, and that is how do I eat gluten-free when I go out to an Italian restaurant? Now, this is where we need to expand our minds on the possibilities, because the first thing we think about is I can't have bread, I can't have the pasta, I can't have my favorite gnocchis, I can't have the lasagna, and the list goes on of the things we can't have. So I'm here to help expand your mind with the help of Amy Glass, who is our food coach, to really look at different possibilities for eating gluten-free when you go to an Italian restaurant. So we're going to start with the top 10 tips to eating gluten-free in an Italian restaurant. And the first step and the first tip is to let your waiter know that you're gluten-free. The reason being is we really do not know what they may have put flour in. There has been times that I've gone out, and the one time I didn't tell my waiter that I was gluten-free, there was a little boo-boo because the dips on the table actually had ground up saltine crackers. Now these were very liquid dips. You'd never know that there was saltine crackers. So regardless if you think it doesn't have gluten, always make sure you tell your waiter. And an easy way to do this is to make sure that you bring your gluten-free cheat sheet. So if you don't want to make a big deal and go through and explain what gluten's in if your waiter does not know, is to hand them the gluten-free cheat sheet and just have them let the chef know. And if you don't have that gluten-free cheat sheet, then make sure that you get it at www.glutenfreeandgorgeousdetox.com, and you can go ahead, and the address is right below, you can see, and you can go ahead and get that gluten-free cheat sheet. The second thing is, in Italian restaurants, there's an array of wonderful salads. So what you can do, and they have olive oil and balsamic vinegars, is you can get a beautiful salad, a caprese salad. You maybe can add some chicken or some shellfish to that. And beautiful salads that you can add a little bit of protein, either chicken or like I said, shellfish on top of your salad, or even order two different appetizers that you could eat together. So maybe a caprese salad, then also maybe you will have some type of antipasto salad that has some meats and some cheeses and some aged cheeses in there, in vegetables. It has grilled vegetables, some grilled peppers that will really balance out your meal and also taste really yummy, so you don't feel like you're missing out. So tip number 3 is to order things like grilled calamari. You can have mussels, steamed mussels. You can have grilled shrimp, and you can put that and mix that with even some antipasto salad. And tip number 4 is ordering 1 or 2 appetizers so that you can mix and mingle. So again, adding like a caprese salad with maybe some grilled shrimp, or caprese salad, and I'm just using that one in particular because I know that's one of my favorite, with something like steamed mussels, which are also my favorite when I go to an Italian restaurant. Tip number 5 would be to order a couple different side dishes. When we talk about side dishes, we mean things like a side of escarole, mushrooms, grilled vegetables, potatoes, green beans, things that you would really enjoy eating that are really yummy as well. The other thing is ordering some, tip number 6 is ordering things like grilled chicken, maybe even some grilled fish with vegetables is another great way, and a staple of many Italian restaurants is beautiful array of fish with vegetables that you can really indulge in and enjoy while you're in your Italian restaurant without missing the pasta. But we're going to even share another tip for that, and that is tip number 7. And in tip number 7 is you can often bring your own gluten-free pasta. So one of my favorites is this particular brand, Ticchiata, and I hope I'm saying that right. If not, you can see the name right there. This is one of my favorite pastas, and a colleague of mine actually had a client that wanted to have pasta, and she would love going to Italian restaurants, but she couldn't eat the pasta. She actually started bringing her own pasta, and they would cook it for her, and she enjoyed a beautiful Italian meal with her friends and family with her own healthy gluten-free pasta. And she was able to really socialize and feel good about what she was eating without feeling like she was missing out. And guess what? The restaurant was so impressed that they started to carry their own gluten-free pasta, and she no longer needed to bring her own, and it actually became a big trend at that particular restaurant. So that's tip number 7. You can bring your own pasta so that you can enjoy it right there in the restaurant with your friends. So tip number 8 is make sure you're aware that many different sauces contain flour. And again, if you have your gluten-free cheat sheet and you hand it to the chef, then you can make sure that you avoid that. But it's good to also be educated and know exactly what to look for. So things like chicken marsala, chicken piccata are often drenched in flour. One thing you can do is you can ask your waiter and the chef if they can do it without the flour. That's often a possibility. The other thing is when you're ordering another type of meal and it has another type of sauce on it, what you can do is just ask for olive oil and lemon. Another great alternative, which I love very much, is pesto. Can they make it in a pesto sauce? So really expanding on what it is that we really love, and we can just make slight little substitutions. So substituting the chicken marsala, seeing if they can do it without flour, and the chicken piccata, see if they can do it without flour. And also, if there's any other dishes that you really enjoy, see if they can do it with olive oil and lemon, and possibly even pesto. And tip number 9 is things like risotto, as well as polenta, are gluten-free. However, again, make sure with your waiter that you ask if their particular polenta and risotto are gluten-free. The 10th tip is desserts. We all want to enjoy some of those amazing, amazing Italian desserts. So the gluten-free desserts are things like gelato, tartufo. They also have poached fruits, which are delicious with some fresh gelato. The other thing is fresh berries and some nice heavy whipped cream. Those are all yummy, yummy desserts that you can truly enjoy as you indulge in your gluten-free Italian restaurant adventure. And there's really no better time than eating gluten-free out in Italian restaurants than right now. There are so many chain restaurants that actually offer gluten-free menus, such as Carrabba's, Bonefish Grill, Applebee's. I'm just referring to my notes that I had in the Olive Garden. All have gluten-free menus that you can choose from, and are very wise and savvy about what is gluten-free, and actually have training on what gluten is and what it's in. So they're very aware of gluten and the damaging effects that it can have on the human body. Don't be shy about really taking care of your health and asking for what it is you want and what it is you need in order to take best care of yourself. Now, I've often heard people say, I don't want to be that person. Well, it's really an option. You either take care of yourself or you don't. It's your choice, and nobody's going to do it for you. So there's a lot of great supportive people out there. You can always call the restaurant before, tell them you're bringing your own pasta, and most restaurants are going to work with you. And it's a pleasure serving you. You can visit us at www.glutenfreeandgorgeousdetox.com. And I'm super excited as well to answer any questions. Amy and I both love to answer questions, so you can also jump over to our Facebook page, and that's www.facebook.com/glutenfreeandgorgeous. And we look forward to hearing from you. Have a wonderful, wonderful gluten-free Italian experience.